Hello. Today's letter comes to us from Idiocracy69, who writes, Dear Brother Ron, if humans were smarter, would we need to follow a religion? I believe that our current technology will be a lot better in 10 years, but that is because people are constantly and noticeably improving it, and we are displaying things that actually exist. That is how life goes. But religion is based off of ancient stories that have been deemed official. That's great and all, and people can believe what they want, but do people really need to follow a most likely false belief system? Every time I hear someone say, Jesus said this, or God said this, I wonder more and more why people are persuaded by these stories. Oh, and before you quote the Bible, realize that you are just repeating what all the other sheep have been saying for hundreds of years. You are just displaying your religiously fueled ignorance like all of the others. Well, dear Idiocracy 69, no matter how advanced our technology gets, religion will still be an integral part of our society. There are several very good reasons for this. Number one, worshiping together strengthens our spiritual energies. Take a radio and tune it to any channel. Now take another radio, tune it to exactly the same channel and exactly the same volume. Put it beside the first radio. Keep doing this until you run out of radios. You will notice that every time you add another radio, the sound gets louder even though they are all set to the same volume. This is known as sympathetic vibration. The radios work together to produce increased energy. Our spiritual energies work in much the same way. When a group of people focuses their spiritual energy together, they produce a much greater effect than any one of them could produce alone. Religion provides a focal point for this combination of energies, which has a beneficial effect on both the worshipers and the object of their spiritual energy. Now, reason number two is because religious organizations are the most efficient means of providing needed goods and services to society. Imagine you and your family need $100 worth of groceries. To give you the food you need, the average church will spend $7 on administrative costs for things like the electric bill, the phone bill, the janitor, etc. The average United Way agency will spend $20 in administrative costs, mostly on fundraising. The average government agency will spend $328 in administrative costs to give you the same $100 worth of food. Now, reason number three is that religious organizations have the people, facilities, and materials to provide spiritual training for our youth. The trick is to find an organization which will teach your children what you want them to learn. That's why it's important for parents to monitor their child's spiritual growth just as they should monitor their intellectual growth in the schools. The big difference is the members of the church have much more control over the teaching that goes on in the church than parents do over the teaching in the schools. I believe this is a good thing. Now, as far as using stories is concerned, a good story is a good story, no matter whether it comes from the Bible, Ben Franklin, Shakespeare, or wherever. The parables of Jesus have endured through the years because they illustrate universal truths. This would be equally valuable if they came from a movie or a novel. Like most ministers, I do not limit myself to the Bible when it comes to searching for inspiration. And finally, you mentioned the advancement of technology. I use technology constantly to find new ways to share new perspectives of God with my fellow ministers. I believe technology has provided a valuable resource for us to share our knowledge and experiences, which will help us form a more complete picture of God and a better relationship with Him. I believe this is what our Father had in mind when He revealed the secrets of this resource to its developers. I mean, where do you think Bill Gates got all those ideas? Thank you for joining us.